Hi everyone, this is Tony from Tony Marie's Creations, and I wanted to take a moment and show you a quick little card that I created. It was a early gift for those who RSVP to my catalog virtual open house, which I did yesterday. And it's just a real fun, easy little card that highlights our new 2020-2021 in colors. So I'll show you what that card looks like here. So this is the card that those who RSVP'd by a certain date received the kit in the mail that they could assemble. And this is pretty much just the assembly instructions. It's really pretty easy, and it also is going to let me feature for you one of our new products in the catalog, and that is our adhesive sheets. And this might be something that is easily overlooked in the catalog. And having said that, I wanted to grab my catalog and just point out to you where you can find that information, because it actually is a little difficult to find in the catalog. And I'm going to just pull this up and show it to you here. It's on page, I've got my page number covered, 162, and it's found in this upper corner here. If you look down, it says adhesive sheets. So it's a little bit hard to kind of discern what it is from the picture, but it's double adhesive sheets that is really a game changer when you're dealing with intricate type of dies such as this. Normally I would use our Tombow liquid adhesive for something like this, but you really need to have a light hand when you're trying to apply glue to the back of something like this. If you put too much, it's going to just squish out and show along your cardstock. So this is really going to be my go-to now for doing intricate dies. So let me explain to you what I mean. When I want to cut out something that's intricate. So this is the die that comes from, oh, it's our new, let me see if I kept it out here. It's the bird's nest. And of course I don't have it handy. Oh, I do. It's the Birds and More die set, and this is the branch that comes with it. So the adhesive sheets, and I've already been cutting on this one section, as you can see. They look the same front to back, and there's really no printing or instructions or anything on it, so it can be a little bit confusing. But what I call the back, there's 3 lines, score lines, that show where the paper separates. So let me just, okay. So if you peel back that section, the part that you're peeling back has additional adhesive on it. So what I normally do when I'm using a double-sided adhesive sheet like this is I determine how much I'm actually going to need. And when it's something intricate like this, I like to make sure that I cover pretty much the whole area, because you don't want pieces of your cut die to be sticking up on your cardstock. So in this case, I took a piece of crumb cake and I'd measured how much I needed to cut. And I flipped this over, and you'll see I've applied the adhesive, and my die is going to cover it very well. And then I run it through a die cutting machine. You want your adhesive, this white part, facing down, your die on top of that, and then you're going to run it through your die cutting machine, and you're going to end up, so this is what it would look like cut out, and this will be your finished piece. And you'll see it's got this white layer on the back. So to show you how I created this card, I used Whisper White thick cardstock as my card base, and then I took a smaller piece of Whisper White regular cardstock, and I ran that through our Tasteful Texture 3D embossing folder. And if you notice, it's kind of a fabric looking type of texture. And let's see if I can help you see it a little bit here. And I realize there's kind of a shadow on the paper, so I apologize, but I think you can see that texture a bit there. So I just put my layer, and I'm using our new Stamp and Seal double-sided tape, which I talked about that a little bit in the video that I posted yesterday for the catalog walkthrough. And you may have to kind of nudge your wheel a little bit to get the tape to roll, but it rolls really quickly. Well, I got a piece that's stuck on there. Hold on just a second. It's quiet, so you don't hear it roll like we did with the adhesive of the Tombow. Just a piece of something stuck on there. There we go. You don't have to flick your wrist at the end. You don't have to do anything special to the adhesive. Except I do have something stuck on that, but I'll try to get that loose there. Well, of course, because I'm doing this live, it's going to give me some fits. I used it all day yesterday and didn't have a problem at all. So I'm going to place that face down on my cardstock there. Okay, and I went ahead and I punched out my flowers, and this is using the small floral punch, and I used our DSP, our 6x6 DSP of the 2020-2022 catalog. So I used the back side of the pattern paper, so it's got the circles on the one side and kind of a denim looking design on the other. And I punched out flowers in each of the coordinating colors, or each of the end colors. So let me put them over here. And then I also used our well-written dies, and I put the double-sided adhesive on the back of those, and I cut out this sentiment for love. So all I'm going to really need to do now is just assemble the card. So when you use the double-sided adhesive, if you have a cutout that's kind of intricate, you just want to be careful when you're peeling the backing off. So I'm just going to gently pull this apart, and you want to be careful where you're putting your fingers because that does have tape on the other side. Okay, so we'll get rid of that backing here. So I'm just going to pull this around here and figure out where I want that on my card, and I'm just going to press that in place, and that's all I have to do. I don't have to worry about any pieces not being adhered properly, or it being you know, putting too much of the liquid glue on the back of it. It's there, it's stuck, it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to do the same with my love. I'm going to peel the backing off of that, and I'll apply that. Again, I know it's going to stick. I've got adhesive covering the whole bit of the section there. And now I'm just going to go ahead and place my flowers. So I cut them out, and I actually, it's kind of hard to see, but I also did the little circle. And I just used a punch that I've had sitting at my desk for a while. It's an old type punch. It's not something that Stampin' Up! Carries this size any longer, but y'all probably remember having something like this when you were in school, but that's the size punch that I used. I punched the little circle and placed that in the center of the flower, and then I also added a rhinestone to that. So now I'm just going to put these flowers on this branch, and you're just going to figure out, I mean, it's really no right or wrong way. So I'm kind of going along with how these branches work. So you see this one, I'm just placing it a little bit over the leaf. I'll come up here and put my green. Place that there. This is kind of going to go on the center of that there. And then I'll place our cinnamon cider over this little dot. And that's it. That's all it takes to assemble that card. Really quick and easy. But I just wanted to point out to you those adhesive sheets, which again are fairly easy to overlook when you're looking in the catalog for them. And they will work in any die cutting machine. So I highly recommend you getting some of those if you do a lot of die cutting of intricate things like words or things like this with the branches. You'll definitely want to purchase those, have those on hand, because it makes it so much easier than trying to figure out or how to apply the liquid glue and not make a mess out of it. Because personally, I always make a mess when I'm using the liquid glue. It's always on my hands, and I have to keep a wet wipe near me to make sure I'm cleaning my hands off and I'm not getting the sticky back on my card. So I hope you enjoy this card. Like I say, it's very quick and easy. And I will post the products that I use to make it on the video so that you'll have reference to it as well. So I hope you have a great rest of the day, and thanks for watching.